I'm fascinated by last words. My favorite last words ever, the French poet Francois Rabelais, who said, "I go to seek a great perhaps."
I believe it was a great theater guy has always said. How did it get so late so soon? It's night before it's afternoon. December is here before it's June. My goodness, how the time's flown.
Have you read all the books in your room?
God, no. But I'm gonna read them all. I call it my life's library. Every summer since I was little, I would go to all the garage sales and I'd buy all the books that looked interesting, just so I would always have something to read. Okay, Mr. Famous Last Words. I have one for you. The General and His Labyrinth. It's about Simon Bolivar. In the book, you know what his last words are. Lay down. But I'm about to tell you some of your parting remarks. He was shaken by the overwhelming revelation that the headlong race between his misfortunes and his dreams was at that moment reaching the finish line. Damn it, he sighed. How will I ever get out of this labyrinth?
What do they mean?
That's the mystery, isn't it? Is the labyrinth living, dying? And which is he trying to escape? The world or the end of it?
I don't know.
Here, I thought you were the one who's finally going to deliver me the answers. Let's make a deal. You figure out what the labyrinth is and how to get out of it, and I'll get you laid.
Deal.
You're walking at night. Do you ever get creeped out, and even though it's silly and embarrassing, you just want to run home?
I knew it was so nice. You're not gonna believe it.
Don't you know that I'll be around to guide you through your weakest moments, to leave them behind you. Turning night.
You okay?
Someone go for a swim.
It was less of a swim, more of a drowning. The weekday warriors.
Yeah, you better be tough now, Pudge. Mommy's not here to help anymore. Not for any of us. Last night, I didn't realize how bad it was. Sorry.
It's okay.
Do we still have our deal?
Yeah. And then so his last words were, "I go to seek a great perhaps."
Great, perhaps. I like it. It's just ambiguous enough. Unquantifiable, kind of magical. Hell of a metaphor. You know what your problem is? You claim you want this great perhaps, but you're still afraid to upset your teachers and parents.
Some might say that's a good quality.
Life's about disappointing those in charge of us. I learned that a long time ago.
I just want you to be. Life only exists now. Time spent on the future or the past is done at your own risk.
Crosses along, heavy on your shoulder.
Why do you smoke so damn fast?
Y'all smoke to enjoy it, I smoke to die.
And what happens when we die? If we live a good life, are we rewarded in the next one? I am going to give you your final exam topic now. What is the most important question human beings must answer?
Why Alaska?
My mom, she was something of a hippie when I was a kid. And my dad, he was more of a Republican type. So when I was born, she wanted to name me Harmony Springs Young, and he wanted to name me Mary Frances Young. So on school forms and everything up till I was 7, he named me Mary. And then I got to choose my own name.
Why Alaska?
It's from an Aleut word, Alyeska. It means that which the sea breaks against. And I love that. But at the time, I was just looking at my dad's globe, and I saw Alaska up there. And it was so big, just like I wanted to be. And so damn far away from Vine Station, Alabama, just like I wanted to be. Getting out isn't that easy.
We need to talk. Paul and Maria transferred to Harsden. Guess their basketball team's even shittier than ours because Paul's on it, and they'll both be at the game tonight.
I miss Maria so much.
Maria, I was waving at you. Didn't see me? Yeah, I saw you. I just don't acknowledge rats. What?
Hey, why don't you stay away from her, you little rat? We know what you did.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It was you. Just admit it.
You rat on us.
Stay out of it.
Hey, leave her alone.
How you gonna defend her?
It wasn't Alaska bullshit. She would never do this.
Mr. Martin, that's enough.
And she's the only one who knew that they would be in there smoking and having sex.
You seriously think she did it?
Of course she did it. But you're never gonna admit it because you're blinded by who she is. Or who you think that she is. You always take her side no matter what.
I just need you to stop fucking saying it's not a big deal and that everything is gonna be okay because it is and it's not.
Alaska's the rat. She's dead here.
Much like yourself, I want to believe her.
And now you don't?
The night Paul and Maria got kicked out, I saw Alaska leaving the Eagles' house earlier that day.
You okay?
Look at all your books. You know, I have the same thing. My life's library. All the books I'm gonna read before I die.
It's okay. I'm not a threat to you.
I know. Because you're a loving feminist who doesn't compete with other women. I can tell by the photo of your still married parents that you come from a good, stable home. You said that no one would find out. That if I did everything you said, everything would be okay, and it's not because everyone knows.
You are in this position because of the choices that you made. Choice 1, you brought alcohol onto campus, which you knew was against the rules. And when confronted with this infraction, you had to face choice 2. Work with me to identify other rule breakers and bring them to justice, or go home.
Going home isn't an option. You don't understand that. If you kick me out of here, I'm not gonna get another scholarship to another good school, which means no college. I'll be stuck there, in that house, forever, with them.
Then I suggest you learn to live here. There are worse things in life than being called a rat.
Whatever she did, it's not nice to call someone a name.
In this case, it is accurate. She did rat.
Then why are you trying so hard to get it off?
Are you staying here for Thanksgiving? Because I am.
You ain't special, Pudge. Alaska doesn't like to go home, but she also doesn't like to be alone. Takumi stayed with her last year, and now it's your turn. You think something amazing is gonna happen, and she gonna break up with Jake, and you're gonna experience sexual fireworks, but really you just gonna drink shitty wine and milk candles.
So many candles.
This is what Alaska does.
In the beginning, God created the earth, and he looked upon it in his cosmic loneliness. And God said, "Let us make living creatures out of mud, so the mud can see what we have done." And God created every living creature that now moveth, and one was man. God leaned close as mud as man sat up, looked around and spoke. "What is the purpose of all this?" he asked politely. "Everything must have a purpose?" asked God. "Certainly," said man. "Then I leave it to you to think of one for all this," said God. And he went away.
Why don't you go home for vacations?
Because I hate ghosts, and home is full of them.
Why haven't you called Jake back?
You wouldn't understand. It's complicated. Thanksgiving at the creek is kind of my tradition. Yours too, it seems.
You must have been in love before.
Yes, Miss Young, I've experienced love once, but that person's not around anymore. They ceased being around many years ago.
To love.
To love? I poured my soul into the dust by loving a man who was soon to die as if he would live forever.
Poor man. He put up a good face, but I could see it.
See what?
It's eternal sadness. Suffering. Maybe that's what it is. The labyrinth. What if it's suffering? What if it, Bolivar wasn't talking about life or death, but that part when you love with all your heart and then your heart breaks and you have to keep living alone. How will I ever get out of this labyrinth of suffering?
Are you suffering?
Aren't we all? It's kind of the human condition.
I mean you.
Sure, I guess. Everyone thinks I'm a rat. No one is talking to me. Completely fucking alone.
You got me. I want to know everything about you.
You say that now, but if you knew the truth, you'd be running away. I need to go. Yeah, I'm sorry about dodging your calls. I just didn't really know how to tell you.
Tell me what?
That I think we should break up. I love you, Jake. But I'm also kind of using you as an excuse for not dealing with things, for not wanting to be alone. These are for us. We are sleeping outside. Don't ruin it, Pudge.
What are you doing here?
I've been instructed to invite you to Thanksgiving at Chateau Martin.
It's good to say thanks out loud. Just name something in particular that makes you feel blessed today.
I am thankful for just having had the best Thanksgiving in a decade.
Chip has a lot of his dad's ways, I know. With one difference, he has a big heart. Always has. I know things aren't right with you too, but he'll come around.
I think things are better already thanks to you.
You just give Chip a piece of that sweet potato pie. He usually does the trick.
You think Pudge prefers pumpkin?
This ends tonight.
What, our fight?
Daytime. When we pull up to Culver Creek tomorrow, things go back to the way they were. You still a rat.
I know I broke our code, but
Honor is everything, Alaska. And people like us, we gotta have each other's backs.
I have your back, Colonel.
Do you? Or would you sell me out too just to save your own ass?
I would never do that to you.
Is that so?
You know me, Colonel. We have a bond and family fucked upness. We're the same.
We are not the same, because I would never do what you did.
You have to understand, I didn't have a choice. Paula and Maria, they have each other. They have their family. They have their money. They're fine. They're fucking fine. I had to do it.
We can't be friends, Alaska. And if you give two shits about Pudge, you'll cut him loose too. Because his life will be a living hell at that school if you're in it. You wanna make things better? Leave him alone and leave me alone.
I didn't say it earlier. The thing that I'm most grateful for is you.
The fuck, Pudge?
Ow! Why did you do that?
What do you mean?
You said you wanted to sleep here together, and maybe I misread the situation, but I just want to make you feel better.
You thought fucking me would make me feel better? You sleep with me and everything is perfect? Is that what you think?
No, it's just you broke up with Jake yesterday, and then tonight I just felt like maybe things were different.
I told you not to ruin it.
Can you stop the car, Mom?
Here?
Alaska needs to get out. Can't be seen with her on campus.
I am not putting that child out.
It's fine. I'm okay.
I know you care about people in need. And girl right there, she needs you right now. She's lonelier than you think.
I fucked up, like I always do. So now I'm all alone. In hell.
Do you know why I'm drawn to Buddhism, Miss Young? They don't believe in hell, or heaven for that matter. People don't have eternal souls. Instead, they are a bundle of energy, reincarnating endlessly until it eventually reaches enlightenment. Meaning, as painful as this is, it will change.
Knowing the weekday warriors are planning to do something and not doing anything about
What
it.
is there to do? I mean, you said it yourself, Pudge. Alaska Young is fully capable of taking care of herself. Plus, she started all this, so whatever happens, it's on her.
Her life's library. We can't let this shit go unavenged.
This is awful. I didn't cause it, so I can't be a part of fixing it.
We are gonna play a game. It is called Best Day, Worst Day.
I ain't never heard of no game like that before.
That's because I just made it up. The rules are simple. Everyone tells their story. Whoever has the best one doesn't have to drink. Then we keep going until one of y'all quits.
Well, how do you know it's gonna be one of us?
Well, I'm the best drinker and the best storyteller. My best day. I was 8 years old. Mom and I went to the zoo. I liked the giraffes and she liked the gorillas. End of story. Best day ever.
What? That's so lame.
What's wrong with that? The day after my mom took me to the zoo, I was upstairs doing my homework when I heard a scream from the kitchen. And I ran downstairs and saw my mom lying on the floor, holding her head, jerking. I freaked out. Should have called 911, but all I did was just scream and cry until she stopped jerking. I thought she was just asleep, and that whatever had hurt her didn't anymore. So I sat down next to her. He wanted to know why I ratted and why I can't go home. My dad came home an hour later.
And he started yelling at me, why didn't you call 911? And he tried to do CPR, but by then she was plenty dead. And yours in. Or stay. I win, you drink. Because I fuck everything up.
Your dad blamed you?
How could he not?
You were a kid.
Kids can dial 911, they do it all the time. I just didn't.
You were just a little kid. Why'd you tell me?
It never came up.
Nothing's your fault when you're a little kid. That's what it means to be a kid.
I was afraid of what you'd think when you knew the truth. Now you know. You're still here. Why am you still here?
Because I'm your friend.
I am here to give you this. My paper. To also let you know that I failed the assignment.
Why is that?
My question, it has no answer.
All the best questions don't. That's what makes them worth asking.
Well, then I totally nailed it. It's my fault. Just wish you hadn't been such an asshole about it.
We're not gonna let you get expelled for something we all did. For something you did to avenge what they did to me.
I don't know if I can live with the idea of him hating me for the rest of his life.
We just go back, apologize, and then just be with her.
Turns out I'm an asshole too, so... Since we're already in the mood for honesty, I'm thinking copious amounts of alcohol with a little truth or dare.
So, in this mythical future, I am a feminist novelist, and you're gonna be the owner of a hipster bookstore.
Yes. Or a literature professor at Columbia, teaching a class on anti-heroines. All I know is that I'm gonna be far away from home, doing something I love, and inspiring girls to be their unapologetically badass selves. Truth or dare?
Truth.
When we were in Dolores's room at Thanksgiving, did you want to kiss me?
I did want to kiss you. Truth or dare?
Truth.
Did you want to kiss me?
Yes.
Oh, hold
Truth
on.
or dare?
Truth.
Were you happy when Jake and I broke up?
Yes. Why did you?
I wanted to be available for someone else. But it doesn't matter because I'm bad for everyone. Just me, you don't want me.
I get to decide. I am responsible for my actions.
All right. Truth or dare?
Dare.
Kiss me.
Alaska?
Hello?
That amazed you actually answered. It's good to hear your voice. I miss you.
Yeah, Jake, I miss you too, but it's kind of late.
I know, and I know we're not exactly together right now. I'll never let this day go by without thinking of you.
Wait, what do you mean this date? What day is it?
It's our anniversary.
No. No. It can't be.
Alaska, you still there?
I need to get out of here. I forgot.
What's going on?
How many times can I fuck up?
Alaska, what the hell?
I have to get out of here.
Now?
Yes, now.
Where are you trying to go?
Just distract the ego and get him out of his house, okay?
Are you sure you're okay to drive?
I'm fucking invincible.
Just come home. When will I?
Last night, Alaska Young was in a terrible accident, and she was killed. Alaska Young has passed away.
Why are all these people crying? She's not dead. She does pranks. This is a prank.
Miles, I saw her.
Because she said she needed to go, and I didn't know where. She said she was fine to drive, and I believed her, and I let her go. So it's all my fault. So kick me out! She kicked me out! Kick me out, please!
And you just let her go?
She told us to.
And you just do everything she says?
She's Alaska. We all did.
You should have stopped her! She never thought anything through. She was so goddamn impulsive. You had to watch her like a 3-year-old. You do one thing wrong, and she dies.
This was Alaska's. For your next paper, I want you to answer her question, but for yourselves. At some point in life, we all look up and realize we are lost in a maze.
You may be wondering why the casket's closed. Her mama had an open casket, and Alaska told me after, don't ever let him see me dead.
She was in pain, and I made it worse.
We all made it worse.
Yeah, but you're just kids. You're supposed to make mistakes. I'm the adult, and I failed all of you. Most of all, her.
I love you. And I'm so sorry for letting you go.
You know, if you think about it, it's all his fault.
Her dad?
You know, this all started because she ratted. But she only ratted because she couldn't go home. Her life's library got destroyed because she ratted. Everything bad that's happened this year is because her dad is an asshole. Hey, you broke her. Hey, you broke her. If you were ever there for her, none of this would have happened. She wouldn't have been so sad. She wouldn't have drank so much. She would have had a car with fucking airbags. It should have been you. It shouldn't have been her. It should have been fucking you. It should have been fucking you.
He's right.
No, sir. He's upset.
I lost her a long time ago. What I did, the things I said, I didn't deserve her. And now she's gone. And I can never make it right.
None of it makes any sense. Now, how could someone so young, so alive, be dead?
You know, she kept every paper she ever wrote. She didn't have much one. You know, it's like every object is precious.
Have you seen the general in his labyrinth? I want that one.
Here it is.
Damn it. He sighed. How will I ever get out of this labyrinth?
The way out of the labyrinth. Straight and fast. What if it wasn't an accident? Her mood could be so unpredictable. Whenever she didn't feel like answering a how, when, why, or what question, she could get so dark.
In the face of great sadness you are all getting through, you are, as they say, surviving. So as you work on your paper, as you try to answer the question of the late Alaska Young, ask yourself, what is my cause for hope?
I've seen plenty, but I ain't never seen that. She didn't break. She's just an idiot. Thought I was gonna die, but here I am.
Did she say anything? Like, did she have any last words?
She was passed on, son.
Do you think it was an accident?
I've been a state trooper for 26 years. I've seen more drunks than you can count, but never seen anybody so drunk they can't swerve.
Found in her car, her plastic daisies. The daisies mean something. Why would she leave here with plastic daisies in her car? Is there any chance that she was driving to bring you plastic daisies?
Sorry, what does that have to do with anything?
Mary Ellen Young leaves behind a daughter, Alaska. This is it. This is her.
Look at the date. December 12th, 1997.
Which is the same date that Alaska died.
The anniversary of the day she met Jake.
Which is also the anniversary of her mom's death.
That's where she was going.
What exactly have you figured out? Only Alaska knows if she fell asleep, was fumbling for a cigarette and didn't see a cop car, or did see it and hit the gas. And those secrets died with her. Even if you did figure it all out, what would it change? This mystery can't be solved. We have to live with that for the rest of our lives.
Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling.
We put a lot of thought into how best to remember her, and so I am proud to present the Alaska Young Memorial Bench.
She said I might be a writer, so I want the first thing I write to be about her. I thought at first that she was just dead, just darkness. I still sometimes think that the afterlife is just something we made up to ease the pain of loss, to make our time in the labyrinth bearable. But here's what gives me hope. If you take Alaska's genetic code and you add her life experiences and the relationships she had with people, and then you take the size and shape of her body, you do not get her. There is something else entirely. There's a part of her greater than the sum of her knowable parts. And that part has to go somewhere, because energy once created is never destroyed. And if Alaska took her own life, that is the hope I wish I could have given her. To understand that anything in life is survivable, because we are as indestructible as we believe ourselves to be. So I know she forgives me, just as I forgive her. I know so many last words, but I'll never know hers. I choose the labyrinth, even if there is no way out. Thomas Edison's last words were, "It's very beautiful over there." I don't know where there is, but I believe it's somewhere, and I hope it's beautiful.